Am I right in saying that you've touched on this, Sharia law courts in Great Britain? What legitimacy do they enjoy, question one, in Britain today? And secondly, I understand that the testimony of a woman in those courts is not equal to the testimony of a man. I may be wrong.
Well, the first question on legitimacy, it seems as if the British government has accepted their existence. And so, for instance, family law in Islam is radically different from family law in a country like Britain. If a woman, if she's married according to Sharia, there's a marriage certificate there that, for instance, says it has a word virgin on it. There's a dowry that has to be paid. There's a male guardian. You see, she can't, in Sharia law, she can't just come with her own boyfriend and say, this is the man I want to marry. She's given away by a male guardian. She doesn't even have to be there necessarily. And she's signed from one guardian, her father, to another male guardian, her husband. And if a divorce were to occur within that Sharia context, a man just needs two witnesses, and in front of these two witnesses, he declares, I divorced thee 3 times, and that's the end of the marriage. And there's, child custody, always the children go to him. If there's some inheritance to be had, if a parent dies, the brother gets 100%, she gets 50%. So all of this in a Sharia court, if it is in the West, is not really different from a Sharia court elsewhere. The consequences for the women, it's exactly the same. To what degree can she then appeal through the, to say to British law? Well, if she's not married according to British law, and she doesn't have that marriage certificate, she cannot appeal to British law. And so de facto, it is legitimized. It's for the victim, for the women concerned. That's just how it is. Now we know about that. There are other things within these courts, other conflicts that are settled. At the moment, I think they're done quietly, but we don't know. I mean, take instances of murder, homicide. I don't know about it, but I know what Sharia law does is that there are these compensations that are negotiated between the family of the victim and the family of the perpetrator. And if such things were to happen, it would all be kept quiet within these ethnic and Islamist communities, and that everybody would be satisfied. So, the country wouldn't even know that such a thing had happened. So, is it the legitimacy aspect of it is this is just how it happens, and then at some point, when the Islamists feel that they are politically strong enough, they will get a vote to say it's legitimate. That's how this group is going to adjudicate their conflicts. They're going to have separate parallel courts, and the rest of society just has to accept it.
That, of course, would be utterly unworkable and lead to the end of Britain today as we know it, and other countries who allow the same thing to happen.
What if the Sikh do it, What if the Catholics come around and say, sorry, we also want to have our own little thing? And so then you just have a splintering and a fragmentation of the nation state. It's very dangerous.